As 50 Cent once said, I'm the diamond in the dirt and I ain't been found. Sadly for us, so this episode of Fear the Walking Dead was found, and it's called Another Day in the Diamond. And I tell you what, it was not a diamond in the dirt. It was shite in the dirt. That's what it was. It wasn't very good. It's episode 2, season 4. Now, before, after, then, whatever, man. It's shite.
Yep, the episode was in the dirt, and we should have left it there, but instead we decided to pick it up. We decided to watch it, and now it's time to review it. People say that Fear the Walking Dead pretty much dies after season 3. They think season 4 and onwards it goes downhill. And I can certainly see why that is. I'm not saying that I thought the first 3 seasons were great by any stretch of the imagination. I actually believe that season 2 was really poor, especially in the middle part of it. However, season 4 hasn't impressed me at all. And it almost seems like it's a completely different show. They didn't really follow up on anything that happened after season 3. And then we spend 95% of the premiere of season 4 in a new direction with new characters, only to see the old group return right at the end. And what happened to the Proctors? What happened to everybody that was there when the explosion went off? What happened to Daniel? How did they reunite with Nick? What happened to Walker and 8 Ball or Crazy 8 or whatever that guy's called? I mean, we want to know. We need a bit of closure. How did they find Luciana? I mean, there's so many answers and they haven't gave us any.
No, they haven't gave us any in here. I'm not particularly keen on those characters, right? But you watch a show, right? And you would like to think that they would actually, like, reveal what happened.
Yeah, look, if we watch a show in the first 3 seasons that you're getting infested with characters, whether you like them or don't, we want to know what happened to them. You can't just go in a completely different direction. Yeah. That's what they've done with Morgan.
Like the dam hasn't even been it may as well not even have happened.
Now, was Nick the only one that survived the explosion? In True Walking Dead fucking sense that he probably was. Everyone else probably died and he somehow had the winning ticket to safety. Look, we don't know what happened, but I'm just kind of disappointed with how everything has went. I think that season 3 was decent at times, but yeah, with season 4 it feels like a completely different show. It's hard to think of a season in the original Walking Dead, at least in the first, let's say, 7 seasons, where it felt like you were watching a completely different show in the very next. There's normally a continuation.
Yeah, but in this case it's not. And let's just begin, right? So we're at this location. It's a baseball stadium. It's called the Diamond. We're introduced to this new character, Charlie, who is a young girl. She's about, what, 11, 12, around that age. I mean, I said pretty much straight away she's a plant, didn't I?
You did, but even the reveal, I mean, it happens really early. It's not even like you get a few episodes in.
Yeah. And also, right, Luciana isn't, well, we knew Luciana was with them anyway, right? And with the SWAT fan takedown of the premiere. But it's like there's no explanation why Luciana's back with him. We see Morgan talk to her and she's like, yeah, I loved him, but I left and now I'm back with him, sort of thing. Alright, but turns out the crops are not going too well. There's weevils in them. Why they're not going too well? Because big Charlie, she's planted the weevils of some kind. In this Diamond location, it's like, how long we've been here? They're celebrating a year. But again, like, the timeline still doesn't really make much sense. Like, the constant jumping between the timelines here is a fucking mess, man. You've got flashbacks, you've got flash forwards, you've got these shitty grey filters that's not doing anything for me. You've either got the Mexican filter or you've got the grey depressing ass filter, don't you? That's what you've got. And it's like, seeing you're in the same location, I don't get that. At least like in Breaking Bad when they flew between America and, you know, Mexico, like they did change the filter up for the desert. I can half accept shit like that. But again, didn't really do it for me, this. And it's so shit. So you've got these like giant industrial oil tanks. You've got the group's out on a run, Nick's staying in because, you know, when you go out there, you lose yourself. Yeah. They run into this woman.
Yeah, Nick has literally turned into Rick. Same season, same gimmick, planting crops, being a gardener, don't want any guns, don't want to go out there, don't want to take any major responsibilities. I just want to grow plants, grow seeds, grow food. I mean, it's you literally have taken the R away from Mr. Officer Friendly and replaced it with an N.
Yep. It is.
It's Nick in place of Rick.
And it's not like they've took one of the worst periods that Rick ever had. It's not like they've took one of his better periods. Like Farmer Rick, really? Come on, but we've run into this woman called Naomi, and like she has Madison at gunpoint, and like it's just cringe the way you see like all of them here like trying to get this Naomi person to put down the gun. It's like she's waving a fucking gun at all you in an apocalypse where people just shoot you on first sight.
4-on-1, but yeah, they seem unable to get Naomi
Yep.
to put the gun down or surrender. Naomi falls into this like tanker.
Again, how did she? Because she goes up to the roof of it, looks around, clearly sees that there's like a hole in it and it wouldn't be safe to stand on, proceeds to stand on it.
Anyway, she falls down into this like oil sludge or whatever, filled with walkers in the dark. We don't know how many walkers are there, and then Madison just decides to jump down and risk her life to try and save Naomi. It just made no sense to me. Why would Madison do this? This person just had you at gunpoint. You're risking your life, jumping into it. At this point, like the walkers don't feel like they're important at all. I mean, you wouldn't throw yourself into a situation like this, but who with a name is going to die to a walker?
Yeah.
Absolutely nobody.
Nobody but his character Naomi. Oh, and she joins the group. Oh, there's 47 of us, but you can be 48. I don't care for her. Nick also told Luciana to make sure you get a book for Charlie, and she finds a copy of The Little Prince. So anyway, we may as well talk about what happens. We get back. Right, this like group appears out of nowhere. Nick went on a joyride and they're like wheeling his car back. And then you've got this group appear. There's like, I mean, I would say there's probably about 30 of them. There's probably about like 7 vehicles, so to speak. Then one of them goes to the back of his pickup truck, whips out a tricycle.
Weirdest introduction ever.
Then it starts playing this music. Ah, da, 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 da. The walkers follow him into the back of a truck.
He does a couple of laps and drives into the truck.
No, what was the point of that?
To lure what? I don't know. I mean,
No, right. I get it.
pretty sure they marked the vehicle with 12.
But we just seen, right, how that previously
Are they
Madison's-
tying it in? Remember that place Daryl was in the Daryl Dixon spin-off? And they would give you money and shit. Or not money, but they would give you supplies for walkers.
I don't even think that's it.
So you think this group's just collecting walkers?
I don't know what they're doing. I didn't get this. Was this supposed to be funny? Was this supposed to be like a strategy? I don't know.
Anyway, they herd up some walkers, and then Madison speaks with the leader, and he basically says, look, we want what you've got.
We're going to outlive yous. We're going to wait till you're starving, and then we're going to take everything you own.
Pretty much, that was it.
It's just weird. It's like, I mean, I would say at this stage of the game that like they've got 48 people inside the baseball stadium. I would say they've got enough numbers to like have an even enough fight with these guys.
Yeah, plus they've got the upper high, they've got the high ground.
Yep.
And they're in a better
It's
position.
not like when Negan does the the whole sit down with Rick's group,
Yeah, he's got you surrounded.
and it's about 200 on 10.
Yeah, and that's like unwinnable odds. I mean, this one you'd probably fancy the.
I know, but this is just pathetic, man. They've tried something different here. It's not worked for me. Could you imagine the governor when he rocks up to the prison gates and instead of whipping out a tank, he whips out a tricycle and he starts fucking riding around the walls?
Nah, I think things like this are pants. I agree, it's pathetic. And this is supposed to be a good villain.
No,
Like,
but people are
come
like,
on.
oh, but he doesn't even need to be that threatening. He's just... Yo, they had about 400 snipers on this group. They could have just wiped them all out if they wanted to. Or at least initiated the gunfire. It's pathetic. Come on, no. This is actually one of the... And they're called the Vultures. Yo, if this group tried this to any...
Are they called the Vultures, or is that just the nickname?
Right, that's the nickname.
been
I don't
given
know,
to
right? But see if they tried this to any group that's worth a damn, they'd have been shot at and killed.
You'd like to think so.
I mean, they're
but
sitting out there in deck chairs.
cl-
And Madison
yeah, out in
and
the
Nick,
open.
Madison and Nick are just like driving about, and then like they're making fun of the fact that they've got no crops, and they're just taking it to their face in a zombie apocalypse. Oh, I don't know. Then we fast forward to now, where you've got Nick, Alicia Strand, and Luciana holding Morgan, John Dory, and Al hostage, and essentially, yeah, they get in the truck and drive off. It's like, what did they do to you? So we're still waiting to figure out here what's going on. What is the Vultures going to do to
Yeah,
the
we're
the
two
diamond?
episodes in, and we haven't really seen much. We've seen We've seen an episode really dedicated to Morgan, John, and Althea.
Yep.
And then we've seen an episode kind of dedicated to the Clark family and Strand. And I'm assuming that going forward, then both groups are just going to be intertwined with each other. And yeah, that's going to be it. That's going to be season 4. But another poor episode. Was it better than the premiere? I mean, maybe.
No, I don't think it was, right? I actually just can't take this villain group serious and spoil it for the next episode. I actually think what's happened between Madison's group and the Vultures we're probably never even going to see.
Yeah, but we'll talk more about that in the next episode, episode 3. As for a rating here, I am going to give it... give it a 4 out of 10.
I'll give it a 3. That's a 3.5. I think it's just so mumbo jumbo, and you introduce this new group, and it's like, really? The guy is riding around a fucking tricycle? I couldn't believe... See, I seen it. I actually couldn't believe what I was seeing, man.
No.
It wasn't even supposed to... I don't even know what was the purpose of it. Were we supposed to laugh? Hell, laugh, cry, you're all going to be doing that? No. 3.5 out of 10.